Hey guys, this is Warren. Starting February 5th, 2026, Japan's very first outdoor Pokemon theme park, PokéPark Kanto, officially opened inside Yomiuriland in Tokyo. But let me tell you, getting tickets for this place is insanely hard. And to make things even more annoying, I couldn't even find clear info online about what information you need to prepare before registering for tickets.
What?
Luckily, after failing a few times, we finally managed to grab tickets successfully. So to help you guys avoid all that frustration, I'm going to walk you through the entire booking process, tell you what information you need to prepare, and at the very end, I'll also share a small but useful ticket sniping tip. Alright, let's get started.
Ready, go!
Step 1. Get your info ready. Before anything else, make sure you have your full name, phone number, email address, home address, and a credit card on. Trust me, having all this ready will save you precious time. Step 2. Go to the official Pokemon website. Next, head straight to the official Pokemon website. Once you're on the homepage, look at the top right corner and click on Buy Tickets to enter the ticketing page. I strongly recommend entering the ticket page at least 5 minutes before sales start. Step 3. Understand the calendar. On the first ticket screen, you'll see a calendar. A circle means tickets are still available. A triangle means very few spots left. An X means sold out. A dash means tickets haven't gone on sale yet. You'll also notice blue, green, and yellow dates. Supposedly, these colors represent expected crowd levels. Yellow equals most crowded, highest price. Green equals medium. Blue equals least crowded, cheapest. But let's be real. When tickets are this hard to get, the color doesn't matter at all. There are 4 types of tickets available. Kids ages 3 to 12 can get a child ticket. Anyone 13 or older will need to purchase a regular adult ticket. If you're 65 or older, you qualify for a senior ticket. And of course, the park also offers discounted tickets for guests with disabilities. Step 4. Ticket release time very important. Tickets officially go on sale at 6 p.m. Japan time UTC +9. So please make sure you check your local time zone. If it's past the release time and your date still doesn't show a circle, refresh the page immediately. Then annoyingly you'll need to quickly click the arrow at the top of the calendar to jump to your target date. Once the circle appears, click it immediately to enter the second booking screen. At the bottom, as soon as the next step button turns dark green, click it right away. Step 5. Choose your ticket type. On the second screen, you'll choose between 3 ticket types: Ace Trainer's Pass, Trainer's Pass, Town Pass. The biggest differences aside from price are, with an Ace Trainer's Pass, you can enter and exit the Pokemon Forest freely. With the Trainer's Pass, you can only enter once at a designated time. Also, attractions like Pika Pika Paradise, BB Voyage, Sedge Gym are free once for Ace Trainer's Pass holders. If you have a Trainer's Pass, you'll need to pay extra for those. Since the Town Pass isn't on sale yet, we won't cover it for now. If you'd like to compare what each pass includes, you can check out the information posted on the official website. Choose based on your budget and travel plan. Step 6. Choose time and number of people. Next comes the third screen. Here, you select your entry time. Number of people. Warning important, each order can include a maximum of 2 people only. This is honestly the worst part. Families with kids usually need at least 3 tickets, and 2 just isn't enough. Step 7. Fill in personal information. On the 4th screen, you'll enter your basic information. This is where having everything prepared really helps. I recommend copy and paste, it's much faster. After that, scroll down and click Terms of Agreement. You must open it first, or the checkbox won't be clickable. Then, check I agree to the Terms of Agreement. Click Next to move on. Step 8. Payment. The 5th screen is the payment page. And honestly, this is where things usually fall apart. I kept waiting, and the system repeatedly asked me to prove I wasn't a robot, while checking whether the tickets were still available. What I usually do is, wait about 15 minutes. Open a new tab. Re-enter the ticket system. If tickets are already gone, just leave, and come back the next day. Don't waste time waiting endlessly. If you actually make it to the 6th screen, congratulations! You'll have 20 minutes to calmly fill in your payment info. Very important, do not refresh the page. If you do, you're done, you'll have to try again another day. Because entering the payment page will take up a reservation slot that someone else might actually need, I'll just explain it verbally here instead of going into the actual booking screen. It works like a normal online credit card payment: card number, expiration date, security code, phone number. Warning: one critical detail. The card holder's name must be entered exactly as shown on your credit card, including spaces if there are any. Otherwise, the payment will fail. After that, you'll receive an OTP code. Make sure you 1. Check the box for online verification. 2. Enter the OTP code. 3. Click Next, and boom! Your booking is complete. You'll see a screen titled Purchased. And you'll also receive a confirmation email from PokéPark Kanto. Ticket sniping tip. Most people aim for weekends and the 10 a.m. opening slot. So here's how you increase your chances. Use multiple devices: phone plus computer. Try weekdays. Try 11 a.m. or later time slots. In my case, our home internet wasn't very reliable, so we used 4 devices on 4 different networks and kept trying for 5 days. We tried both 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. slots on the same day. All the 10 a.m. attempts failed. But we successfully got tickets at 11 a.m. Final notes: this is extremely important. Before entering the park, you must download the official PokéPark Kanto app. However, if you're outside Japan, you won't be able to log in until you're physically in Japan. Also, please note, iOS devices must be running version 15.0 or later. Android devices must be running version 9.0 or later. Tablets are not supported. Once you enter the park, and just to be clear, I don't mean entering PokéPark Kanto itself, but passing through the main gates of Yomiuriland. Because PokéPark Kanto is located inside Yomiuriland, so you can start reserving timed entry passes. Yes, according to the official website, anyone can begin booking timed entry passes as soon as they've entered Yomiuriland. So even if your PokéPark Kanto entry time is in the afternoon, I strongly recommend getting into Yomiuriland early in the morning. That way, you can reserve timed entry passes for Pokemon Daisuki Shop, Pokemon Playhouse, and Sedge Gym Show as early as possible. The Pokemon Daisuki Shop and Pokemon Playhouse are first come, first served. The Sedge Gym Show is lottery based. And each of these attractions can only be experienced once per visit. And here's the tricky part: sometimes Yomiuriland opens as early as 9 a.m. If you don't want to score the first entry slot to PokéPark Kanto but then miss out on the timed entry passes, make sure to check Yomiuriland's official daily opening hours. I've included the link in the description. Important reminders: no cash payments inside the park. Outside food and drinks are not allowed, including anything purchased inside Yomiuriland. Selfie sticks and tripods are not allowed. And most importantly, children under 5, pregnant guests, and anyone who cannot go up and down 110 steps on their own are not allowed to enter Pokemon Forest. As for the other detailed entry rules, make sure you check the official PokéPark Kanto website in advance. I wish you all the best of luck grabbing tickets. If there are any future park updates, I'll share them with you. See you next time.